Hi, this is Dr. Kathleen Hallinan, and we are continuing our weight loss vlog. You guys are great, lots of really good questions, and I want to address a couple of things before I get into the bulk of my talk this time. So, one concern about phentermine. Very good question. Again, phentermine was one of the two medicines that were in the fen-phen combination. Phentermine is the one that's safe, has had to jump through a lot of hoops as far as the FDA is concerned, and whose main side effects are the risk of bumping up your heart rate and blood pressure. Fenfluramine was the second medication. That was the one that caused heart valve problems. It's a serotonin receptor. Not the same serotonin as the antidepressants, so that's a different issue. So a serotonin medication, and there are serotonin receptors, a certain type, on heart valves, and fenfluramine was the one that was taken off the market. So I know some people had put comments up there about, isn't this a bad drug and it causes heart valve problems? No, this is not that fen. That's a different fen. So very confusing, but if you're at all concerned, look it up because I'm sure there's stuff out there about it. So, okay, so phentermine is quite safe, and I'm thrilled. Actually, a lot of you are doing very well. Another question I had was, is phentermine... what would I recommend, Phentermine or Contrave? And to be honest, I have much more experience with Phentermine both being very inexpensive. Contrave is quite pricey if it's not covered on your insurance, so I'd check on that one. And Contrave is 2 medications, not 1, so I am a proponent of less, not more, if you're dealing with putting stuff into yourself and getting rid of as much as you can. One of the things that I, to be honest, love about putting people on medication to help them lose weight is that the end result usually is I get to take them off medication. So trust me, I am not an advocate of taking more medication. I love pulling people off medication. And when I have people who have diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, if I can get them to lose 20 pounds, quite often they're off blood pressure medicine. I can pull them off diabetes medications. So this is one of the great things about the weight loss. People don't understand that a lot of their medical problems are completely preventable. And again, I want to go through this. You want to do this once. You don't want to have to do it over and over again. So I'm going to go through, I've had sometimes people kind of, do really well and then fall off the wagon, as it were. So I want to encourage, so here's my board. So it's a marathon, not a race. So think about it. Initial weight loss oftentimes is in the first week, kind of very exciting because it seems like a lot when you change your dietary pattern to a low carb type of dietary program. Most of the weight loss that you'll get if you make a drastic change, if you were like a carb junkie and then you start to go high protein, low carb, and you lose like 4 pounds in the first week, that seems really exciting. Don't expect that to continue because that's all water, okay? And you shouldn't want to lose 4 pounds in a week. That's the other thing that some people were commenting on about. They wanted to lose some exorbitant amount of pounds a week and were getting upset that they were only using like 3 to 4 pounds in a month. 3 to 4 pounds in a month is great. Trust me, each pound, again, is 3,500 calories. That's a lot of calorie restriction. So this has to be maintainable. You want to be able to do it. Get a pound a week off. Think about it. In a year, that's 50 pounds, right? If you are keeping up with it, right? So a pound a week, very slow, steady weight loss, because once you get to where you want to be, trust me, you only want to make a very slight correction upward so that you maintain, and you want to continue to weigh yourself daily. You do not want to yo-yo back up. You want to continue your exercise. And when I say exercise, I mean something, again, that makes you so sweaty or disgusting you would need a shower before you go to Walmart. Again, not casting aspersions on Walmart. However, I go there often. But you want to be disgusting. Exercise should make you sweaty and gross. Exercise is not going for a walk. Although walks are great. That burns calories, especially if you're going for long distance. But, work, right? Because if you get yourself into aerobic threshold, that actually changes a lot of your biochemistry, both in your brain and your muscle. And also resistance work is very good because the more muscle you develop, that changes how muscle talks to your brain differently than fat talks to your brain. So it changes your how full you feel, how hungry you are. These are a lot of really important things. Okay, so here we go. A pound a week, weigh yourself daily, and okay, this is a big deal. Know your calories. So many times people come in and they will say, well, I can't lose weight. And I will ask them, well, how many calories do you eat in a day? And they'll say, well, this morning I had, and they'll start reeling off a list of food that they eat. And I have to stop them. I say, wait, how many calories do you eat? They don't know how many calories they eat. And if you don't know how many calories you eat, you'll never be able to get the weight down. It would be like trying to save money without a budget. You have to know the numbers. It's in the numbers. So make sure, again, you try an app like MyFitnessPal, or again, like you can do the really easy method like I did after I had twins. I just wrote it on an index card. That's before they had all the apps. And I just kept track. And I mean, you got to count everything, including stuff you drink, because people forget that beverages have calories, and they'll forget to count them, or that butter has calories. Butter, little 1 tablespoon of butter, has 100 calories, and if you're only doing 1,000 calories a day because you're really short like me, then that's a tenth of your day, so you're not going to use butter. Okay, so these are little finesse things, right? Okay, so and then one day at a time. It sounds like AA, right? So one day at a time, but really just focus on today. Think about what you're going to have for, breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner. Think it out, and then don't focus on it. You have to keep your mind off it. And that's where the Phentermine really helps people. When they come in after they've been on Phentermine, they are very pleased with the fact that they don't perseverate or think about food half as much as they used to. If at all, they kind of look at their watch and go, oh, it's 12 o'clock, it's time to eat. So again, and shop for your week. Like, on the weekend, I think about, okay, what do I have to do? And I'm very regimented about, I have pretty much the same thing for breakfast, lunch, and then we mix it up a little bit for dinner with the kids. But so the more predictable you can be, and the more kind of regimented you can be, the easier anyway, ballpark how many calories you're getting in, because you do the same thing all the time. And shop for your week so that you have in your house the stuff that you need. So if you want to snack on something, you've got baby carrots. If you want to snack on something at night, you've got a little rice cake and tea or whatever. That's what I do, because that's just, it's easy and it's low calorie and it's good. Okay, so and then get up and exercise. Really, like I said, you want to pick something. Either pick, and right now it's great because it's summertime and everybody's out. But trust me, what derails people all the time is winter, especially where I am in upstate New York. As soon as the weather gets crummy, their exercise program goes out the window, and a lot of times it's because what they were doing was walking. So get an exercise video. Go on like beachbody.com. And again, I'm not making money off of this. I have no horse in the game. Just, they have good workout videos. And you've got somebody kind of yelling at you and cheering you on. And so put your sneakers at the end of the bed, put your shorts at the end of the bed, get up half an hour earlier. You're not going to feel any better half an hour later if you stay under the covers. And get up and go do a little workout for 20 minutes and sweat and make yourself feel like you've worked. Okay, so those are the things. I'm just kind of like hitting on the big points again so that you're motivated and keeping up with it, because lots of times it's easy to just kind of fall off the wagon a bit. I guess that's the whole point of this, is people just they do well and then they kind of lose track. So keep up with all of this. Great questions. I hope I've answered some of them, and good job, you guys. You're doing great. I'm so thrilled. It's been very interesting because people have sent me notes about how their weight is coming down and that they're doing well, and I'm so proud of you guys. This is wonderful. So this is what makes it all worthwhile. Keep up the good work, okay? Thank you.